Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So my name is Paulo and today we're going to be talking about the top 6 CRM solutions but in deep. Okay, so on the previous video I gave you a kind of an overview of what's CRM about. So we spoke about exactly that. What is it about? What are the problems that CRM can actually help you solve? What's in for you essentially at the end. Okay, also on top of that I also shared a few links on how much can you actually earn on CRM, take into consideration that CRM is one of the hottest areas out there, okay, with extreme demand, even more after Corona 19, okay, or COVID-19. And after that, of course, there was all this massive effort towards digital transformation, and the customer, of course, is at the center of it, and so is CRM. Okay, so if you want to know more about this, how much can you actually earn across different countries, okay, take a look into that. I work on 5 countries, always on the CRM side of things, so take a look into that one. Hopefully it can actually help you. So today we're going to be focusing then on features, okay, concrete use of CRM, plus I'm going to give you what is then the best fit of the different solutions or systems of CRM that we're going to be talking about. Out of the 6, what are the ones that actually are better fit for business looking at small business, medium, or even enterprise, aka big business. Okay, with that said, I'm going to be closing then talking about the ranking. Okay, so what is at the end the best CRM system or solution? Okay, for that and much more, stick around if you want to know more. Okay, let's start then by addressing one of the top players out there. So we are talking about Oracle CRM. Okay, so Oracle essentially, and this specific solution came out of Siebel, okay, and therefore it evolved to be what is it today? Okay, Oracle CRM on demand. Okay, so within Oracle, the main focus, of course, of this solution, Oracle CRM, is of course the sales part. But aside from that, you can find an integrated solution, okay, that allows to integrate also the marketing side and also the service side. What is it that you can actually find within the CRM or the sales side? Okay, so essentially, you're going to be looking at Salesforce automation, okay. Aside from that, also order management, channel management, those are some of the things that you can actually expect to find there. Looking into the marketing side, okay, here we have, for instance, Eloqua and all of its power and actually to address complicated settings, okay, so with marketing automation, but also channel management. But aside from that, also trade shows, all of that can actually be tackled by the marketing side of Oracle. Looking into specifically the service side, you can have, for instance, of course, customer service, but aside from that, the field service, self-service, those are some of the solutions that you can actually find within the Oracle CRM. So Oracle also allows for another thing. So on top, you can also have other solutions specifically focus on finance, portfolio, human capital, etc. So Oracle, and if you look also to Eloqua, you will essentially get a fast understanding of that. Was built actually to address complex situations, so it's much more geared towards enterprise setting or big business. Okay, so this is Oracle CRM in a nutshell. So stick around for the next one. Okay, changing gears. So let's talk about, let's say, a new player. Okay, so we are talking about Pega CRM, okay, from Pegasystems, okay. It's a very interesting solution. Aside from that, also is a bit of a contender still, okay, so it's going throughout the ranks and it's actually evolving quite fast, okay. So what is it that you can expect looking at Pega CRM? Okay, so essentially to start from, it's much more also a solution geared towards enterprise, okay? But it has something that for me it's quite interesting. So it combines into one single solution, okay, marketing, sales, and service. While some of the other solutions that I'll be addressing today, you need to connect different clouds. So within Pega, you can find everything in one single place, which I think it's quite interesting. Aside from that, also it enables out of the box, between brackets, AI, so next best action. And aside from that, also because it has a very strong connection into the marketing side, Pega CRM allows for you to understand the different, let's say, settings of the customer journey, listen across different channels, okay, to give you the best possible, let's say, power in terms of decision across all of those channels, okay. So one of the things that I do find actually quite interesting and to close around Pega is that is a relatively young player, okay, but it's growing quite fast. And therefore, I would say that if you are interested on having one solution that actually covers everything in one single go, it covers also the AI side of things. It has very interesting features in terms of the marketing side of things as well. I think this could be actually the solution for you. Okay, so stick around for the next one. Okay, let's then talk about another interesting player. So here we're going to be talking about Microsoft Dynamics CRM. Okay, so Microsoft Dynamics CRM is, of course, part of the Microsoft family, and therefore that is already, let's say, a guarantee of quality, okay, and integrations across the board. Okay, so taking a look into this. So essentially, Microsoft Dynamics is geared towards small, medium, and enterprise size companies. It has it's essentially cloud-based, okay, but you also have an on-premise solution, which can actually be quite interesting. It's essentially focused on two sides of the revenue cycle, okay, meaning essentially by revenue cycle I mean marketing, sales, and service, and on this case specifically is focused on the sales and on the service side, okay. So within this you can do pipeline management, you can do analysis with out-of-the-box analytics as well that are part of the solution. But if you look then into the, let's say, service side, is actually quite strong in terms of field force. Okay, so also one of the things, of course, that I need to underline looking at Microsoft Dynamics is essentially the wide integration of Microsoft looking at the Office suite and also everything that has to do with Microsoft solutions, Office 360, etc. Okay, so everything that you can think of, Outlook, Office, Excel, etc. All of those, of course, are interconnected up to a certain point with Microsoft Dynamics. Okay, so one of the things that actually is quite interesting here has to do with the fact that Microsoft a few time ago actually started to acquire interesting companies as well. So they acquired LinkedIn. At the time, LinkedIn had a premium, let's say, connection to Salesforce, so it allows for the integration of LinkedIn with Salesforce. But since then, of course, being the same family within Microsoft, Microsoft started to not to block that integration, but started to work as well on its side to actually to develop the connections with other solutions across the Microsoft group. Okay, so the other also interesting point with regards to Microsoft Dynamics CRM is that it allows for a scalable solution, so you can actually go from a small setting up to an enterprise setting. Okay, so that's it with regards to Microsoft Dynamics CRM. Stick around for the next one. Okay, changing gears. Okay, let's talk about a different kind of player and proposal in terms of the CRM world. So essentially, we're going to be talking about Pipedrive. Okay, so the main focus of Pipedrive is actually looking essentially at the sales side. Okay, so it's a solution that is focused on pipeline management, understanding the activities, the deals that you're going to find or that you need to have in order to monitor, track against target, etc. So it's a very user-friendly kind of solution, but essentially only geared towards the sales side of things. Okay, so also on top of that, is mostly geared towards small size, mid-size kind of companies. It has integration with different solutions in terms of email, like for instance Outlook, Gmail, etc. But also one thing that I would underline is the big focus of Pipedrive in terms of the sales side. So it's one of the best possible solutions that you're going to find out there if your goal is only looking at sales, if that's what you're looking to do, and if you are a small or a mid-sized kind of company. Okay, with that said, we're going to close on this one. Stick around for the next one. Okay, let's then talk about one of the most interesting solutions out there. Okay, so we're talking about Zoho CRM. Okay, so the question is, why is it so interesting? So to start from, is a contender, so it's a player that is getting more and more traction across the years. It's a solution that actually combines everything in one single place, so marketing, sales, and service. Okay, based on that, you have the marketing automation side of things, you have the CRM, but also you have the customer service, okay, with analytics, and aside from that, also with powered AI, okay, that allows, for instance, to predict when is it that you should be actually engaging with your customers, allows to reply to emails based on urgency, and aside from that, it's also a solution or a system that allows for third-party integration. And on top, it comes with a very interesting price tag. Okay, so if you are looking for a solution that has all of that, and aside, it's actually a solution that fits all the different market sizes, meaning small, medium, and big. And aside from that, is actually a company that is growing more and more, therefore most likely has some kind of flexibility to grow with you. This most likely is a solution that could be of interest. Okay, so before we close, we have one final solution. Don't go anywhere, so stick around. Okay, to close, of course, we would need to talk about the market leader. Okay, so we are talking about Salesforce. Okay, there won't be, I would say, a video about CRM without talking about the market leader. Okay, so the question is, why is it that Salesforce is the market leader for so long? Does that mean that actually it's the best possible fit for you? No. Does it mean that is a very good solution overall? Yes. Okay, so I'll tell you why. Okay, so to start from, the focus of Salesforce started with the CRM, okay, but since then it grew and grew and grew to become more of an ecosystem focused on the customer. Okay, so let's go a bit back. So talking about the CRM. So the CRM within Salesforce, we're talking about Sales Cloud, okay, and what is it that you can actually do with Sales Cloud? So you can do pipeline management, you can do forecast, you can do product, you can do quotes, okay, all of that you can do within the CRM. You can also do out of the box analytics, so you can build your own reports, your own dashboards, okay, but also aside from that, you can do a lot of customization on top of Salesforce. Okay, so Salesforce is highly flexible, allows for automation, configuration, but also code on the case with Apex, okay, and other solutions such as Auto Components, etc. Okay, so this is in a nutshell the Sales Cloud. Okay, then what is it that it becomes also interesting to share with you guys? So aside from this, if you look into the different integrations or connections that Salesforce has, specifically speaking, Sales Cloud, you can connect Sales Cloud to Service Cloud, to Marketing Cloud. Actually, within the marketing side of things, you need also to understand that you have B2C and B2B. So you actually have two solutions. So one is Marketing Cloud, mostly geared, towards B2C, but also you can do B2B with that. And aside from that, you also have Pardot, mostly geared towards B2B and lead generation. Okay, then if you move towards the service side, you have field service, but also you have Experience Cloud, the previous Community Cloud, but also it goes beyond that. You have the best integration solution that you can actually think of with MuleSoft, okay? But aside from that, you also have other solutions that allows for you to do some kind of integration, but at a different type of capacity, but at the same time allows for you to do coding on top. So we're talking about Heroku, okay? That is agnostic in terms of code. You can essentially use it to integrate, but also you can actually use it as a way to write and storage code, whatever type of language, essentially. Python, Java, whatever you'd like to be, okay? So aside from that, also what actually makes all of this package even more interesting is, of course, the fact that as part of the Salesforce family, you also have the data and the visualization side of things, okay, with Tableau, okay, the leader out of its market. But aside from that, you also have a few other solutions, let's put it like that, as for instance Einstein as well, that is more and more actually let's say merged into Tableau, but you also have other solutions that go even beyond this kind of more let's say mass market kind of market, as for instance you have e-commerce, okay, with Commerce Cloud. You have different solutions that are mostly focused on non-profit, so it's all-rounded, as I mentioned to you before, okay? So all of this per se already make or made of Salesforce a very, very strong contender, okay? But on top of that, I would say that Salesforce has at least one thing. Actually, I would say two. No, I'll say three things. Okay, so what are the three things that actually makes it even more difficult to resist to Salesforce? So one, to start from, it has a very, very strong community. Okay, and when I'm talking about community, I'm not talking about people that actually work on the Salesforce, but I'm talking about users, people that actually become kind of guiding mentors across the entire community that grows globally, let's put it like that. So if you have any questions with regards to Salesforce, most likely someone within the community will know the answer to that, will give you a guidance, okay? Aside from that, also what you have that is actually quite interesting is the fact that Salesforce has a connection to a market that is called the Apps Exchange, okay? That roughly has 5,000 out-of-the-box solutions that integrate directly with Salesforce, okay? So LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, for instance, the duplication solutions such as Cloudingo. It has also predictive scoring, lead generation solutions. It has really loads of things out of the box that you can actually just connect, okay? So that, of course, makes it quite interesting. And then to close, what I would say that is also quite interesting is the fact that you, even if you do not know anything about Salesforce, you can actually learn for free. So Salesforce built a solution or a platform that is called Trailhead, where you can actually go there, understand more about Salesforce, take out your certifications or prepare yourself actually to take out the certifications, okay? And then aside from that, you have a non-stop set of trails and programs that you can actually follow to allow for you to actually have a better understanding of all the different clouds, but specifically speaking about the CRM, okay? Then aside from that, and also to close, I would say that the reason why Salesforce is the leader up to now is the fact that it knew how to evolve throughout the years, okay? So it did not actually close down, it did not fail, it continues on driving all of this innovation and works as a kind of a beacon of innovation and light throughout the CRM world. So for this and much more, this is one of the reasons, let's say, that makes Salesforce the market leader. Is it the best for you? not per se by default, but it's nevertheless a very, very strong solution. So to close, I'm going to be then, let's say, share with you what are then my top 6 solutions by ranking order. So stick around, don't go anywhere. Okay, to close then the bonus track and also the ranking. Okay, so I'm gonna give you then what is my top 6 in terms of CRM, and take into consideration that I already work with loads of different solutions of CRM. Okay, so and also on the back of that, I also worked on the marketing and sales side before actually completely jumping into the wagon of CRM. That I'm actually focused just on that since 2012. Okay, so what is then my ranking? Okay, so to start from, looking at small business. Okay, so I would say that you have 2 big contenders here. Okay, so you have Pipedrive and you have Zoho. Okay, Pipedrive is essentially, as I mentioned, for me the best possible solution if you are just looking to manage your sales side with no intention of actually looking towards the future of integrating with anything else. Okay, so it's easy to understand, this really focus on sales. Okay, and for me is the best solution out there for small business looking at this side of things. Aside from that, if you're looking to actually to grow, okay, your platform, and if you're looking actually to have the integration with marketing, sales and service, so the total revenue cycle, my advice would be to go for Zoho. Okay, this from the small market perspective. Then looking into the mid market, so I would say that here you have a combination of things. Okay, so I would say that you have Zoho as the best solution together with Microsoft Dynamics CRM and Salesforce. Why those two? Because it will depend on how is it that you are growing. If you're growing fast and if you're looking for a fast scalability, a solution that is strong, okay, I would go definitely for Microsoft Dynamics or even for Salesforce. But if you are looking to grow, but things are still a bit, let's say, in a slower pace, I would go for Zoho because it comes with a more gentle price tag and everything is already integrated. Okay, so then lastly, big business, okay, enterprise. So here I'm seeing 4 solutions, okay, that are a better fit. So on this one, I would say that you have Pegasystems, you have Microsoft Dynamics CRM, you have Oracle CRM, and you also have Salesforce. Okay, so looking into this, if you're looking to a very, very complex kind of situations, okay, in terms of managing marketing, sales and service, I would go definitely for Pega CRM and also Salesforce. Okay, so aside from that, if you have a more complex marketing side of things, I would consider Eloqua together with for instance, on this case specifically, a combination of Oracle or even Salesforce. Okay, looking at the marketing side connection with the CRM side. Then if you are actually looking to have a strong integration with all the Microsoft stack, that you are actually geared towards that, I would say go for Microsoft Dynamics CRM. Okay, so in a nutshell, that is a bit my ranking. My preferred approach would be, and just to summarize, I would say Pipedrive for small, mid business, Zoho, big business, enterprise, go for Salesforce. Okay, so that is my ultimate recommendation. Okay, so to close, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the bell, and also join me on this journey. It was a pleasure. Take care, my friends. Okay, cheers. Bye bye.